right, well, we are in Kentucky now. The last time we went over the bridge, we're going to be going back over the Ohio River, back in, I believe it's Illinois again. So we thought we would show you the bridge here. Nice overcast day. We did stop at the Bluegrass Cafe for breakfast.
In La Center.
La Center, Kentucky.
Very nice.
Yeah, very good. 25-mile-an-hour speed limit on the bridge.
Well, it's steel planking or steel decking.
And it's also very narrow.
It had a warning for motorcyclists.
Beautiful bridge, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've ridden a motorcycle over a bridge like this, and it is not fun. Now, the interesting thing is we're going to go back into Kentucky later on. And then tomorrow we will be back into Illinois. We'll be seeing some things in Kentucky and then going back into Illinois. All right, well, that was our river crossing. Okay, we'll see you at our next stop. We've come here to Kincaid Mounds, which is a Native American site from about 1,000 to 1,400 years ago or so. And it's the Mississippian people, and possibly the woodland people as well. But they were some of the early agricultural people in the area. And this particular area, they think, was like the chieftain's center, that there were actually other settlements down by the Ohio River that grew corn and beans and whatever, and then they would come up here and help construct things here. And I have flown the drone, and I may be showing the footage while I'm talking here over the mounds, but let me turn the camera around. So what we can see from here isn't all that great, so that's why I was glad I could do the drone here. The area is restricted. We are going to some others. Now, this is a fairly small area. I think these mounds go up maybe 30 feet or so. And you'll notice that the one here, and I think it's the one in the middle, is all plowed up on top. But these are owned by the Illinois Department of Resources or whatever. And we were planning on going up to Cahokia. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier or not. Cahokia Mounds up by St. Louis, but the visitor center was closed, so we decided it was like about a 200-mile diversion and it wouldn't be open. But we found some, I think in a couple, 2 or 3 days, we're going to be at I think it's 2 days, we'll be at another mound site, which looks like it could be pretty cool. I think it's supposed to be one of the best preserved. And then later, so Cahokia is like the largest of the mound cities. But we're going to be down, I can't remember now if it's Georgia or Alabama. There's one that's supposed to be the second largest, and it's open. So I think it's a state-run one rather than federal. Anyway, Kincaid Mounds. Let's go up and take a look at a few of the signs here. And again, I may show those while I'm talking.
Several of the pieces in the pictures here Mark had in his collection that he donated to the university, and his father found that piece.
Artifact here found. Other artifacts that were found here. Let's see here. Might be kind of hard to see some of these.
Yeah, I got it, Joe.
It's kind of cool to find these kinds of sculptures. Let's see here. Let me get back far enough, and hopefully it's in focus. Anyway, some great artifacts here that they found. Very interesting. Here's another one. And then here we can see that a family called Kincaid lived on top, actually built their house up on top of one of the mounds, but apparently they had the farm here and they lost it in the Depression, like a lot of other people. I hope you guys enjoyed the Kincaid Mounds, and we're going to be headed off now to a Civil War fort, and I have no idea what's en route for us, you know, what else we might see along the way. Yeah, we'll be, today we'll be back into Kentucky again, and then tomorrow we'll be back into Illinois and following the Ohio River all the way to Pittsburgh, so it should be fun. So we are still driving to our next destination for the day, and thought I'd give you a shot of us crossing the Kentucky Lake, which I believe is just part of the Tennessee River. So this is Kentucky Lake, and then a little further east is Barkley Lake, and there's a road down the middle and a bunch of campgrounds and other things called Land Between the Lakes. So we've got about 30 miles, about 40 minutes of driving to get to destination. So we will see you then. We are coming into Fort Donelson. We are now in Tennessee. And what I'm showing you over here is the berm there. And this is an earthworks fort. So it was not built up like a garrison out of wood and logs and stuff. But instead, all these berms were the defensive positions for the Confederate Army. It was a Confederate fort, at least to start with.
Those were the Confederate trenches back.
Yeah, so anyway, I thought I'd show you those. Probably be seeing many more. Anyway, we're headed out to the batteries. Thought we would head out there, and we'll explain a little more about what went on here. All right. Okay, so here you can see over here on the right a fairly large earthwork, and on the left as well, and a cannon back over there you might be able to see. Well, we're going to get out in some places here, but yeah, you can see plenty of the earthworks around. This whole berm here on the left, there's a cannon on the left. All these berms straight ahead. Kind of crazy. That was the fort. Well, as I said, we're here at Fort Donelson, and we're above the Cumberland River right now. And what I thought I'd do is take you all down to the river batteries. And it's kind of interesting, actually. Let me turn this around, though. So across the way here, you can see a few more of the berms, earthworks. Very interesting to me is, these earthworks, and in fact, we're going to go down to the river batteries here in a second, but possibility that they actually had a cannon in here in this hole, just shooting up over this berm down into the Cumberland River here. So it was in February of 1862 that the Confederacy owned the fort, controlled the fort here, but the Union wanted to take it over because you had this major waterway here, the Cumberland River. So the Union formed an assault here on the Confederacy. And then down here, they brought in their Ironsides and their Timberside warships and tried to bombard these positions here of the Confederates. Unfortunately, they did not do a very good job. But being way high up here on this, cliffside, they had, an advantage. And they always, you talk about having the high grounds and trying to attack the enemy when you're in the low position. It's always better to have the high ground. So here's kind of interest. It doesn't look like much of an earthworks here, but this would have been where the powder magazine was for the cannon emplacements that were here. Okay, so give me a moment here. So it is welded in place, it looks like, down below there. Or at least stop mass pretty much welded. But here would be the river batteries. Interesting. This isn't a particularly large cannon as far as it's pretty big as the muzzle, but not a particularly long cannon. And we come around now. This one doesn't have a sign on it. I think this one might. So It says here, okay, so the big cannon is a 6.5-inch field or rifled gun, and then the other two are 32-pounder carronades, whatever that is. So this one would have been rifled. You can see the grooves in there probably, you know, which makes it more accurate, shoots further. Big gun. So you can imagine you're a boat down there. Now, obviously those boats could lob shells up this way as well, but you're a little more a sitting duck for these guys up here. In the heat of Friday evening's battle, a ball jammed halfway down the barrel of the 64-pound rifle Columbia here. Sergeant Patrick Cook and his crew were hunting for a log. They climbed on the parapet and into federal fire. The men manhandled their log to push the ball down, then save their powerful gun from bursting. Okay. An assault then on the fort here by water was repelled. The naval general or admiral that brought the troops in, they suffered quite a bit of damage. But it wasn't long after that Grant circled the fort position here and was able to eventually win the day. A little more to it than that, but that's pretty much what happened. The battle, when it was won here, was pretty much decisive for Kentucky and Tennessee going to the Union. Nashville fell shortly afterwards. When the Union controlled the waterway here, just had not much hope for the Confederacy. Let's go see if there's another battery. I think there is over this way. It's kind of interesting. A couple cannons just laying on the side here. Yeah, here we go. We got this barge. Should it have on it? Appears to be coal. Moving coal downriver. Look how long that thing is. Okay, so here we have the other river batteries. Yeah, see what they had here. They had 4 guns on the left, were under Captain Bidwell. 4 guns on the right, under Captain T.W. Beaumont. What a great southern name, huh? So 8 32-pound guns and 1 10-inch Columbiad. Again, I don't know what these things all are, but somebody might. So, as I said, the Union suffered heavy casualties on the first go-round, but they did eventually take over the fort. And the interesting thing is so Ulysses Grant, General Grant, was not particularly well known before this battle. And this is the battle that kind of shot him up into fame and respect as a military strategist. All right, time to move on. Well, we've arrived here at our camp spot for the night. This area is called Gatlin Point, and it's what they call a self-service campground. Beautiful here. It's in the land between the lakes, and we're on, I guess this would still be the Cumberland River dammed up here before it goes into the Tennessee. I think this is Lake Kentucky. See the truck here, it's not parked in our camp spot, but you can see our solar panel out there. We needed to make sure we filled up, and I think we have. Our camp spot's right over here. It's a fairly inexpensive campground. I think it's $10 and $5 with an annual pass. Let me show you up here. Yes, looks like a really pretty campground up here. Now we took the closest spot to the water, for better or worse, right, Carol?
Yep.
We don't know.
It could be better or worse. Saw a snake.
Yes, she
Probably a cottonmouth.
took the trail right behind our camp spot and almost immediately stirred a cottonmouth or water moccasin, whatever. So it was kind of exciting. So nobody here again. No electric here, no services, no water. Beautiful campsites up here. You can see these pads, they're not great. I wouldn't want to bring too big a rig up in here. The spot we're in probably could handle a fairly big motorhome type thing, but as you kind of drive up here, you can see the road's kind of narrow, kind of steep. Not all the pads look very level. This one doesn't look too good over here. Although I guess you could back into area back there looks pretty flat by the table. I think I'll sign off for the night. And tomorrow should be a lot of fun. We're going to head back into Kentucky. We've got something to see in Kentucky, and then we're going to head back into Illinois. Anyway, you guys have a great night, and don't forget, like and subscribe, and leave us a comment. Any questions you have, let us know what we missed in this area. I'm sure there's a lot of you that know it. So anyway, there's Carol down there, sitting, resting, triggered, barking. And we'll see you guys.
Doing what we do.
Yeah, we'll see you guys in the morning. Probably not here, probably somewhere on the road or at our first stop. Okay, have a good one. Good night.